Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? We have everybody today. Lovely.
Yeah, it's a better day. I was telling him backstage, it's much better. And this microphone hopefully won't crap out on me. It's a fancy one. So Michael is contributing.
Excellent. Oh, I hear phones in the background.
Yeah, let me. No, that's just telling me you're on. So,
I'm on?
He's
yeah.
on.
Well, you're looking at it and say you're in.
What am I on?
You're in. You're in.
I'm in. All right. We're ready.
You're in.
Shake your hands, make sure they're all warmed up.
Yeah. Stretch, stretch.
Yeah, do your stretches. Okay, we can go hot and heavy with questions if everybody's ready.
Well, if
For
they're not ready, I have. Oh, there's something I did
oh,
want to bring
the
about.
Vippy time.
Oh, the Vippy's gonna stay out. I'm gonna like stick it right here on the wall because I got so many questions. But I do have. Um, I just want to say I saw something on Instagram this morning, and it reminded us of when we did a deep dive on the sacred geometry
Hmm.
and how the golden rule, what God created for the frequency and all, how they're finding out that inside churches and mosques of old, hundreds of years, had those sacred geometries in it, and the pictures are very beautiful. But they said the reason for it was to also do healing on the mind, the body, and the spirit. So the geometry that was inside those old cathedral, old churches, mosques, and the Dome of the Rock, is especially made to heal spiritually also. And I thought that was fascinating.
Well, you'll appreciate this because when we studied Tartaria, they had a lot of that, yeah, a lot of that sacred geometry. Oh,
They do. I think Thoth, let's go Thoth. I think Toth also has sacred geometry. I mean, maybe that's his, the beak is curved as a Fibonacci code.
Now, is
well,
Uh,
now,
that a helmet or is that actually what he looks like? See, did you
he
ever
wants to
see the movie Stargate
no.
where they had an alien and it turned out that it was a helmet that opens up. I don't know if that was.
Well, do we know if he was of this planet in the first place? Maybe he
No,
was,
I think he probably came from some other place first,
like the bird, like what do they call it,
like
Avery?
the. You know what? I forgot.
It's
Avian.
avian or no, he came from
I Yeah, I'm not
Tristan.
sure. I thought it was Nibiru, but that's probably not right.
No, it's not.
that
I
would
Uh,
knew
be
he was
Anunnaki.
in. I knew. Yeah, right. I knew he was in Atlantis. And word has it he was the original Yeshua before he reincarnated on Earth.
yes.
At least
So,
that's what I've heard.
well, I mean, a lot of his teachings were basically what we should know now. All right. Well, let's start with Jen. Do you have anything to say about that? Because I have a question in that line.
No, go ahead.
Probably not in that line, but it's a good segue. They found that in the Dead Sea Scrolls, what was written in the Dead Sea Scrolls were also directions to the Salt Lake City. The, so, was the Salt Lake City, you know how they say they were mirrored?
Hmm.
Was the directions to Salt Lake City in the Dead Sea Scrolls or comparison to it?
Okay.
I'm not getting a yes.
Well, I got a sudden yes.
While I'm pulling these, I might want to tell everybody what I told you guys. I've rebonded with the cards and everything's, I did some test questions that I already knew the answer to, and everything is okay and readings are coming out accurate. But if you ask a question and you don't feel comfortable with my emotions yet, that's totally fine. I respect that. Um, yes, absolutely, they were. You see the King of Swords, he has a scroll in his hand. This information is giving and receiving, and that traveling to Salt Lake. You have a lake in that picture. So that's a huge yes.
Nice.
Excellent.
So that gives us a clarification that there were twin
The mirrored.
the mirror.
Well, we know that there was a mirroring aspect, but now they're saying the original Egypt was actually the Grand Canyon, and the one over in Egypt, the country, was the copycat. I don't know, but all I know is that they're mirrored.
So if it is mirrored, do you think they would be able to find the Dead Sea Scroll in a copy of it in Salt Lake City also? Or is there a
We
pyramid?
don't.
I'm
How do
getting
we know
Grand
that they
Canyon.
haven't? Yeah, the
Grand
Grand Canyon in those caverns that they went into, and the Smithsonian covered it up. Do you remember
Yeah.
when we studied that he wasn't allowed to go back on his excursions anymore because the Smithsonian, the government shut it down. You still can't go to this day. So I would assume that the Vatican or the higher ups in government already have that information.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Do we want to, how many questions do we have? Because I got a lot
So
more.
far, I've got 4.
Well, I wanted to know if you guys heard that the classified documents that Trump went to court were, did you guys hear that it was dismissed?
Yes.
Now, was that did that happen before the shot heard around the world?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're thinking that not only this could have been a staged shooting, but there was also nefarious that tried to complete that assassination at the same time.
Well, what's not being talked about is um, Friday, because that happened on a Saturday. They had gotten together with a bunch of Democrats to ask who they would like to replace Biden with.
Yes.
And it was Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia who says, well, let's give it the weekend and see what happes, and then we'll talk about it later. And I'm like, oh, wow. Did you just give yourself away there?
So I think that the deep state had a second plan, and you can tell by some of the inexperience that the security guards had. I mean, they didn't even know how to put their gun in the holster. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's lots of theories. I still say it was God intervention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
So what, whether it was a double, whether it was him, it doesn't really matter. It was just the fact that
Yeah, it was a
didn't
double.
happen. Yeah. But we have to give, and I watched his speech last night, very humble.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of humility last night, which we don't normally see out of him. So,
well, if Kim Clement's prophecy comes into focus here, the second term that he's supposed to have is supposed to be more spiritual than the first.
yes, that he would be humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was amazing that Amanda Grace, the Ark Ministries that she has, she had actually given a prophecy from the Lord a few weeks ago that she says God will grab him by the ear and turn his head until he has humility.
Did they say right ear or left ear?
Like, no, they didn't say. I don't think it really matters, but yeah. So we're seeing a lot of those prophecies come to pass.
Yep.
So after that happened, probably Monday, Jen, I think I showed you guys the picture of all these Army cargo
Yes.
taking things in Illinois, and we talked about it going basically to the blue states. Well, I did receive from someone, and oh my God, I'm getting a lot of input from everywhere, but I believe it was Ohio or Michigan that they are now um, closing areas up.
Probably. Well, just what happened overnight. Did you all hear about the supposed cyber attack? They've got flights shut down.
Yes, that's the second thing. Yeah,
A lot of
Microsoft.
banking, and so I think it's starting to come into motion. I did talk to Lee about whether it was unusual for those convoys. He says military convoys are not uncommon,
Sure.
especially
It's not
this time of
uncommon.
year because they're doing their AT. It's
Yeah.
what they're carrying
Yeah.
puts up red flags, because why do you need that many generators?
But yeah, I've seen convoys, and they're about maybe
Well, they're
five.
camping.
They're about maybe five. Yeah, they're camping. I want to. What is it?
Glamping.
Glamping. It's glamping if you need that big of a
Glamping.
generator. But I've seen like five car convoys, truck convoys, but
Yeah.
I've never seen like 10 or 20 or like the whole
Yeah.
highway full of it. That kind of was amazing. But they did talk about today, Ohio, I believe it was. One of the news reporters said she is reading this news on paper because their computers went bad,
Yes.
and they said air flights are being canceled because of all electronics. Now, is that going to be in the blue states also? Do we think? Because she said it
Yes.
was around the world.
Yes is what I'm getting.
Mm.
Because she said it's affecting all around the world.
Yeah, this was a global event. And we also have to keep in mind that the Olympics are going on in Paris. They're kicking off, and it's caused a lot of problems for that. So we try not to have fear and do the doom and gloom, but you don't know. The world is very vulnerable right now.
Do
Did
the
you just say
swimmers
about
have to
the
swim
Olympics?
across the pond
What is that, King?
for the Olympics? If all
Yeah.
the flights are down, do they have to swim across the pond?
Yeah.
Well, since
Rowboats.
since today is the opening, I'm sure they were there a week or so before.
I haven't
Good.
had my TV on since Wednesday, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, I can hear when.
That's why I have you.
You have me? I'm another one that doesn't watch TV. It just comes to me.
The cards. This is interesting because I think this has to do with financial. Because these represent crash, the loss of the money system. But we know in the past position, this has already happened. So now it's time to bring fruition. The military is there to reassure that no one should worry, that all the supplies will be there. They're not going to hurt, because there's a lot of banks closed as well. So military in the blue cities, absolutely, because they're ready for the riots.
Right.
Because some people are, that are awake, they're not going to know what's going on. So that's why they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And they will concentrate on those blue cities. Absolutely. Yeah, the base card's the military. They're there to comment. So.
All right, I have to type a question, then I'll
No, not a question.
She met her quota on the verbal one. So she's gonna,
Yeah, really.
No, I don't want to hug the show. I'm good at that, but good thing I'm Muslim. I'm not a pig.
was that a call for bacon?
Ooh.
I bacon your pardon?
Making sure I've got everything starred.
I saw your comment, Marianne. Nice to meet you. I know you said you've only seen me once. I've been out for a couple of weeks. Marianne also says there's riots in England.
Oh,
Wow.
I know they had a protest against the king.
Yeah.
I think there's something about him stepping down, isn't it?
He's supposed to. I don't know when, but soon. And then I hear that Prince William's supposed to take over as king, but that's not going to last very long either.
Yeah. So just a heads up, everybody, even though we're going to see chaos, we do have to continue to have faith in our creator, father, source, whatever you guys want to say, Yeshua. Still
Yep.
keep the faith because we are guided, we are the light, and we already know things are happening.
Yeah. And if you are able to be prepared as much as you can, but
Mhm.
ultimately faith will get you through it.
Yes.
All right. Check your coffee pages too. And we'll start with the starred questions.
Okay, I'm going to step out, get Schneider.
Oh!
I think I've got old questions in here that I've never gotten to that were supposed to be for that Monday.
Why don't we just go ahead and have you start with what you've got that you haven't
Okay.
gotten to yet?
Okay. I've got a couple from Marcy and a couple from that Michael Benz guy.
I don't know who he is.
I don't
But
know.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I hear he's a
Well-
troublemaker, but you know.
We'll start with Marcy's first one.
Oh,
It's,
fine.
and well, she was first. You'll have to remind me if I've done this on the roundtable because I don't remember. I don't think so. It says, seems like we are mostly water and the earth is also. Water has memory. If the water is being imprinted by the light, knowledge, and being carried by water, is the water interacting with our DNA? I'm assuming that's water that we drink.
The makeup of the human body is
Mhm.
what, 90% water?
70% water.
70% water.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's what she's meaning.
So water interacting with DNA. I would think it would be.
Is that one of your questions?
Yeah, it was one of Marcy's in my coffee page. These are a couple weeks old because I haven't been able
I
to
get
get
a
to them.
strong yes to
And
that.
what was the question?
The water that we consume, because we're 70% water and
Yes.
water has memory. She wants to know, if it's being affected by the light or knowledge, it carries knowledge. Is it interacting with our DNA? So the water system. Yeah.
Yeah, strong yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's affecting. Yes.
And we know that
Yes.
water is affected by frequencies.
Exactly. Did you guys hear about those cell towers that are being put right next to water tanks?
Well, originally it was for negative purposes, but I think that
Exactly.
part's been cleaned up, so it's good. Yeah, so here's a huge water card right off the bat. It is going to help us clean our DNA system up and actually make us find what I hate the fact that they call it junk DNA, but the dormant or that's been suppressed, it's going to activate it. But this is going to be a work in progress. It's going to take a while, but absolutely it connects with our DNA, frequency, light, all of those things.
But I would still consider blessing it still. to put
The
your
base
frequency-
card says a lot. The Queen of Cups, which is another water, the higher your love and light frequency, because that's what she's about, is keeping your emotions at a higher level, that will help the water system. So it's all working together.
I get that the water towers or the towers next to the water towers
Mhm.
are being used to clean up the fluoride.
Yeah.
inside the tanks.
Mm.
Yeah,
To
the
like maybe neutralize it.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. Marcy's second question is, will the 11th harmonics shatter cancer cells? Okay. So
I
that's a
think
Another strong
frequency.
yes.
it is a strong yes, but I think even lower than that 11th harmonics. I'm feeling the 11th harmonics is like a very big universal harmonic.
Yeah, there's a lower one.
I
It's,
love the cards.
okay, what
That's
did
a,
you get?
that's a huge yes.
Yeah.
Look at the music, the harmonics. Yes,
Oh, beautiful.
absolutely. Yes, it will. Yep.
But there is and I know it's hard and crazy to believe this, but there are some people who will refuse to let it go.
Right.
If
Well, yeah. If your frequency, it's like the med beds. When you get an opportunity to do that, you need to keep with the most positive, light, faith thoughts that you possibly can to get the most out of it. Because if you're closed off, it can't work the way it wants to. Your frequency has a lot to do with it.
hmm yeah.
So, that's why it's going to take a while. And a lot of people, it may not work very well because of where they are at on their path. They're just not ready,
Nice.
especially doubt and disbelief.
And also trying to get out of your comfort zone because some people that
Mhm.
have had cancer for a while, that's their comfort. They don't know
True.
themselves other than a disease.
Right. Well, we're not identified by diseases or anything like that. If you know who you are,
hmm
be open to it. Okay. Now let's get to this Michael Benz guy.
Oh Lord, we're in trouble now.
Here we go. In one of Billy Carson's books, he states that Yeshua was the reincarnation of Thoth. Interspit here is what he says. Is there any truth to that?
I'm going to
Okay.
swallow that spit later on.
I didn't think it would reach over where you are.
No, to Todd.
I've heard that a lot too, because apparently a lot of the teachings of Thoth is the same thing that Yeshua taught. Let's see about the reincarnation.
And so is
I'm getting
Buddha.
a strong yes to that.
Yeah, and so is Buddha.
Yeah, and we all know that it was the deep state that divided all the faiths.
hmm
Yeshua shows up in all the faiths.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Hmm.
You're right. Buddha also.
Now, this is interesting that I don't get a physical reincarnation. I get an appearance to Yeshua when he was small to teach. I don't get a physical reincarnation. Were they connected? Yes. That those missing years that we've always talked about when he
Those
went
years
off
when he went
to
around
teach.
to the different
Okay,
areas.
okay.
Is
Yeah,
that because this is an independent sovereign card, so it tells me Yeshua is his own, and reincarnation is not a part of who he is. But that doesn't. But it's saying that he received knowledge. That page of swords, he received the knowledge of Thoth.
Connected to
Mm-hmm.
or
Vulcan
probably
mind meld.
like almost like a higher self or a ascended masters for the teachings.
One of many teachings, because like the teachings of Buddha and all of these,
Yeah.
all of them. I think Yeshua, if we really had the true Bible, you would see that he blends them all.
hmm
And that's what we're waiting on.
Yeah.
The base card is beautiful, Four of Wands. Think about marrying them all together in perfection.
Well, it's all basically the same teaching, and even the same teaching is also within each and every one of us.
True. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Michael Beans wants to know
Oh, him again.
if we on Earth are living in a simulation, it begs the question whether once we leave this plane of existence, is heaven also a simulation? Inquiring minds want to know.
I've thought of that before, so I've thought like now, just like Mario, you level up, so now you have other tests. Your next density.
Well, it makes you wonder.
Kidding me? Yes. I think we're in the twilight zone.
Well, I don't want to get into my NDE because that was not a simulation. That was more
Yeah.
real than anything I've ever known in my life. But I also do believe that your conscious or subconscious and the way you were brought up has everything to do with what you see and experience.
Yeah. It can only be that way if you've got so many of the stories of those. They're all somewhat similar, but not completely.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Heaven holds its own truth. That's not a simulation. But here's the tricky part. Literally, the magician comes in. That means we manifest the heaven that we expect. If that not we can't take God out of it. It is his. But it really is how we're raised, what we believe, what we've experienced. Not everybody will see Yeshua when you get there. Somebody might see Muhammad, somebody might see Buddha. It's really it has to do with frequency and light.
But you're talking about just heaven itself. Like if we're going to New Gaia, was that going to be considered a heaven, or is that considered a leveling up to another
It's just
density?
a different level because remember, we were told Yeshua said, I will create a new heaven and a new earth.
Right.
So you have both.
So
So you could look at it when you said, Michael, when you said that you think it's a simulation, maybe it is currently, but when he creates the new one, it won't be. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Yeah. So we're in a temporary holding pattern.
Kind of like when that comes, he pulls the.
we got a visitor.
Forget. He pulls the. Well, let's just say he pulls the curtain back,
Like the Oz?
and what is real comes forward.
Yeah, see, because where I get my little hang up is if we go to the fifth density, which is New Gaia, and we are allowed to manifest whatever we want up there. Isn't that almost like a simulation?
Well, it depends on how you define simulation. Are you thinking AI simulation, or are you thinking you can simulate by manifesting?
Exactly.
There's a
So
difference.
Okay, so for example, if I manifested a chair and a table and it's physically here, that's here in the 3D. If I
Right.
manifest that chair and a table in fifth density, is that still a solid, real as it can be?
I would think so, because when I use the term simulation, for me personally, it's very holographic.
Mhm.
So I don't, the real true heaven, what I understand, there is nothing holographic. Everything is living. So you can manifest a chair and table, but the presence of God, that table and chair are alive.
That's what I was going to say to you. Is that how it's going to be in the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every blade of grass, everything has life to it. Nothing is dead or mute.
Okay.
And the table says, "That's too heavy. Take it off."
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some descriptions from the chair. Get up, you're too heavy.
My manifestation is I'm not going to be this heavy. Second is, do I have to say good morning and may I be able to sit on you today?
All right.
Okay, that's all the copies.
All right. Let me check mine. I don't think I've got any, but okay. No. Start off at the start. The baby. Hang on a second. Oh, got that. All right.
This, yeah.
What was the meaning behind the upside down flag in the picture of Trump?
This is a perception because I studied that the other day.
The map, the flag.
Yeah, it's not
Not sure
really
what.
upside down.
I'm not sure what picture we're talking about here since I
It's
haven't
during
been on the TV.
the shot heard around the world. There was a flag there, right? Because I didn't see it.
What, the large one?
Yeah, apparently it depends on the angle, but according to the picture, it looks upside down. But people that were there are saying it was never upside down. But I'll pull cards. We'll see what Spirit says. Maybe there is a metaphoric
I thought
meaning
it was.
behind it.
Yeah, I thought it was sideways.
Maybe it's a Mandela effect. They didn't want them to remember what it looked like.
Well, according to the cards, Jen is wrong. Which shows that my emotions aren't in it.
No.
It was a representation that justice is being served
Mm-hmm.
because upside down flag, I think we all know means the country's in distress. But that's saying that it's being taken care of. This is who they're taking care of. They're
Yeah.
letting people know it's being handled. So according to this, we should be celebrating because this is in the past position, being left out in the cold. The American people, basically,
Yes.
it was basically a message saying it's all being taken care of. You're not going to be left out in the cold again. So, all right, there you go, baby.
So, do you remember when I mentioned that on one of the security guard socks had the number 5.11? I think I asked it on your
I
show.
didn't see.
Yeah, I think it was like a triplet or something like that. So we're marking the stocks.
I mean, I have a picture if you want me to send it, but he has, as he's bent down trying to protect Trump, there was a number on his sock. It was 5.11. And I kept saying, there's got to be a comp for it. There's got to be a comp for it. Well, it was so funny that Caroline sent me a nothing to do with picture. And I swiped it to the left on accident because I gave up on that question. I said, maybe there's not. I saw a store that says 5.11 trends. And I said, okay, maybe it's the name brand.
Yeah.
Well, when she swiped that picture, it talked about justice being served. And I thought,
Oh,
hold on,
well, okay.
read what it says. I'm trying to look for it. And it was,
And there's no such thing as accident either.
there is no such thing as accident. That's the funny part.
That's like coincidence.
Yeah, right.
Everything has a purpose.
But you know,
Now, I
when
would have
you-
thought if it would have been 11.5, I would have probably referred back to the Law of War manual or something like that. But being the
Yeah.
opposite, and May's already over with, so
and they also talked that when he was shot, it was 6:11, which is in the Bible scripture of put your armor of God on.
oh yeah, Ephesians 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this one, it's Gematria Effect News. It just came into my lap. I don't even know how this happened, but notice the 5:11. It says, notice the 5:11 post time. Remember, Trump's 2016 campaign lasted 511 days. The number connects to Saturn and Gematria planet, and it represents the time and judgment to the occult.
Well, and it is. Yeah.
Isn't that
And
an
the fact that
amazing?
I pulled that justice card with the flag, there's probably a lot of comms in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought that up, because that's the
Yeah.
second thing you heard, justice, and we're already knowing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McBoo, when will I get better from this health setback?
Mm. Okay. Let's see if I get the same message. Is it the same answer? All right. Is it okay if I say what I have to say? Can I have a sweeping soapbox or no?
You need one?
Yes, I do. Because it's not just for you, McBoo, it's for a lot of people. You're looking at your illness, medical health setback as a negative thing, but it's actually telling you to relax, don't stress out, surrender. It's telling you don't get out of your comfort zone, because the things that are going to happen, you're going to have to learn how to get out of your comfort zone. Did I get it right, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Yeah.
am getting within the week, but
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. It's you need to take more control over your faith. You're worrying way too much. That's
Mhm.
lowering your body frequency and it can't
Yep.
fight back. If you trust yourself,
Mhm.
then you will have healing.
You're
So,
fighting it. Yeah.
we got a 4 and a 5 in here. So 4 to 5, that could be hours, days, or weeks. But we manifest the quicker.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's doing it for her, not to her. So depending on how long you want to surrender, how long you're not going to be frustrated, how long you're going to raise your frequency, is how quick it will happen. But if you're
The
going to
base,
continue, I'm sorry,
yeah,
Jen.
the base card is that inner conflict. So it's really you if you can settle the score and get that out of the way, you'll do much, much better.
Yeah, the faith has a lot to do with it. The trust in
yep.
what's going
Belief.
on,
So if
and
God's saying, just give it to me, and you just simply say, okay.
yeah, but it's also
Okay, everybody
if
give it
you're
to
in a
Jen.
if you're in, give it to Jen. That's what she said. You just heard it, guys. She froze. Oh my God! Don't take it all, Jen. You froze. It was funny. We also now I lost my train of thought. It's also your way of, maybe you're in a rat race. Maybe you need to slow down, and it's telling you, if you're not going to listen, we are going to slow you down.
Oh yeah. Oh, you'll get knocked down a peg if you need it.
Oh, a lot, a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're not willing to slow down yourself, they will slow you down for you. It's for your benefit.
For your benefit, yeah. All right, great.
You can manifest it to go away. I've done that a few times.
Well, it will come back, but actually, if you do that and you're
It'll
not
come
getting
back, but you
the message,
just let it go again, you know?
yeah, but if you're not getting the message, it comes back bigger.
Hey,
Hey,
He doesn't want to learn
need a
lessons.
steel chair around my head, okay?
listen, this guy manifests it away, then calls to let the fingers do the walking. Come on. When you need to slow down, you need to slow down. And fingers doing the walking is, I just
Your
keep
fingers need to slow down
going.
and know the
Sounds like-
direction in which it's supposed to be going.
I should have never opened my mouth. No, I do pranic
Exactly.
healing. I do energy healing. That's what we're talking about. Nothing more.
That's moving on.
Thank you.
Who or what entered my space, waking me up early hours this morning?
Well, if you were me, it would have been Schneider.
Somebody got in your bubble.
Betsy, did you happen to see what time that happened?
I'm getting grandmother. I'm getting 5.
5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Bets, do you have a sibling that has passed?
Yeah.
Curious to know. The first card that comes out is your
Okay.
creator. So it's divine. We definitely know that. But this is a sibling card. This is gift giving. And so is the Ace of Pentacles. So if you have and the death card comes in. Now, it doesn't normally mean a physical death unless it's contributing to the moon card. But this is to help you slowly change to get your attention. But I'm getting a sibling. So I don't know if you have a sibling that has passed. But
I'm getting more than one.
Well, I'm getting it has to do with the sixth chakra and the second chakra, which is forgiveness, and like you worry about this one. I don't know if she did pass, if you worried about her before that, but I think they're telling you that everything's okay. I'm not sure, but you need to do the forgiveness for yourself, not for them.
Well, they're beautiful cards, certainly to get your attention. But it's a gift. This is absolutely to end a contract. The world card is completing something, and that's a contract card. So to end something, and that death card means it may take you a while, but something's been maybe bottled up spiritually or emotionally, and they're just letting you know you need to slowly release that and let it go.
Yes.
Don't mind me, I'm starring in my own show.
Okay, yes, no, not a sibling who passed. Okay, so sibling, well, it's gift giving, and the Six of Cups can also represent childhood nostalgia or memory.
Yeah.
So it could be someone that you knew as a child, which could be any relative. I didn't get a male or female strong energy one way or another, but the creator came out first.
I did get the female, but I also got, like I said, the sixth chakra of forgiveness and security, the second chakra. So maybe there was something in the past that was between you guys.
Yeah.
And that has to be taken care of.
Let's see. Bets. Is the Book of the Dead similar or same as the Dead Sea Scrolls? Getting no as to the same as the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I get a possibly a little bit the same or similar, but not completely. There's more to it.
Could it mean that it is not the same, but it is in the same location?
Wow, interesting. The Book of the Dead is more about it's the
Egyptian.
what you can't see beyond the veil. It's more about conjuring. This is a coven card, so that's more of a occultic. And then the Dead Sea Scrolls is divine. Those things were written by a group of good people. The Three of Cups is the divine card. The Three of Pentacles is the negative groups. So there's a huge difference.
Can I ask, wasn't the Book of the Dead from the Egyptian time when they used to...
I asked that too. And it's like
so could the conjuring be that they place them in containers so when they come back to life, I mean, could that be the conjuring of when they come back in their body?
This is the Ace of Wands and the Death card. Yes.
Okay. So it wasn't nefarious.
Remember, wands are action. So if the dead have to take action. So if you conjure the
spell
spirit,
book.
yeah.
So, yeah. Well, happy birthday, Carolyn.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy 29.
Wow.
You weren't supposed to tell her age on the show.
I'm sorry.
Maybe she's only 19.
Well, I gave her a few more years to grow up.
Actually, if you're going younger in age now, we kind of have to spit because they have no clue and there's no purpose yet. So please be older.
So, baby, has my fur baby been visiting my house?
Wow, there's so many babies. The baby, fur baby, baby.
I'm curious to know if you have felt baby, because if you even have the inclination, like in your gut, that's a huge yes.
Yeah.
You can't trust your intuition.
I'm getting a yes, and it's briefly.
Mm.
She astral travels. I think baby's with you when you're astral traveling instead.
This is a love delivery, because if you're having a hard time letting go of baby, so if you are really thinking, that's when baby shows up to show love and support. Yep. Which, Michael does that. I do okay, and then if I have a bad moment of loss, then that's when I feel his spirit. So
Marianne. Having intense head sweats and body sweats, also rashes up my legs, hoping it's not connected to the poison, which she had in 2021.
okay.
So let's see if that's connected.
I was going to ask how old she was, but decided against it.
Rude.
No, he knows how old she is. It was she asked him that question on a show, Jen.
Okay.
So he's he should know the answer now. All right. Is the poison connected to? More to it.
Okay, so it's a yes that it is related to the poison, but there's more. There is more to it. This is also a generational thing. That poison has activated a DNA that is in your genetics, so you're more prone to have symptoms. So it's both. It's a definite yes. Something that has laid dormant in your genetics has now been kind of activated.
All right. I just asked a question to myself, to my higher self.
Did you have that Bippy ready for yourself?
Well, piggybacky Vippy.
Okay.
From what I got was rashes. Rashes is part of the basic chakra. Basic chakra, if you ground yourself, it should help release some of the rash. Bing, bing, bing.
Empress is about grounding. That's Gaia. You can ground yourself, but it also says it's okay to see a doctor.
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
If not, you will stay sick. So it's really a combination of doing your spiritual grounding and working for the healing on that end, but it's okay to see a 3D doctor as well. Just kind of blend them together. Use your discernment. Pick a doctor that you trust, and if they don't feel right, pick a different one.
Yeah, but you'll definitely go ground yourself because that'll help. And not in poison ivy, please. We don't need more rashes.
And don't dig a hole. Let's see. Dragonfly. Could MK Ultra be involved with the SS?
Oh,
the SS.
Oh yeah,
That's interesting.
There was one that he was standing as they were putting him into the car, almost shot through the window, and then he stepped down.
I saw that.
He was moving back, and then he heard something on his earphone. He moved forward, aiming to the car. Was that MK Ultra?
I'm getting a strong yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Very unpredictable too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't know the Two of Wands is being in between, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You really don't know what the trigger is. Absolutely. The Knight of Swords tells me that the white hats are aware, but they're trying to get them out. They're literally trying to weed them out. Yeah, absolutely. Illusion, because you see someone you don't know that they could be. There's it's the trigger mechanism. So whatever
Right.
it is, um, absolutely. Wheel of Fortune. 1 minute they're fine, the next minute they're not. So absolutely.
I mean, he stood down when one of the security guys put his hand up, like, I don't know if that made him stand down, but as soon as he did that, he just moved back like nothing happened.
Let's pause the questions since we're coming up on the hour almost. And we still have 13. I was getting school shootings also, MK Ultra.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, welcome back. Why am I waking up in the early hours of the morning lately?
Curious to know if it's.
Welcome to our world.
I was going to say, welcome to our world. I am curious, Christine, if it's during what we call dead hour, spirit hour. So that's usually between 3 and 5 a.m. But it could be different things. Let's see what spirit says.
I woke up at 3:43 this morning.
I went to bed at 3:44 this morning.
I yo-yo. I'll sleep for 45 minutes and I'm up for 5 hours.
Yeah, mine's usually an hour and then up for about 5 or 6 during the day. Well, if it's in the morning, but if it's like in the late afternoon, I'm out for about 3 hours.
Christine, spirit's trying to get your attention because you have High Priestess and the Eight of Wands. So they're your alarm clock. I hate to tell you that, but they are. They're wanting you to work on some worries that you might have. You have fear of the unknown, and then this is anxiety and unnecessary worry. So if you're stressed out about something, spirits, that's when the energy is the strongest, and they're trying to come through to get you to deal with that.
Yes, I think that was the only time that her conscious subconscious slipped open. So
there's your worker bee card, and it means that you need to work on this. King of Cups is about setting boundaries and remember being full control of emotions. He's very loving, so love yourself through it.
He was until he turned to Ace of Swords.
I know. Now he's just mouthy because it's about words, right?
Now we're going back to King of Cups. I'm sorry. I'm going back to King of Cups. I like that loving guy.
Yeah. Christine, your base card is the Hangman.
I'm Gemini. I have a split personality.
I know that. Oh, we know that, right, Jen?
Yes. The base card, Christine, is the Hangman, and that means that you could be in limbo for a little while, but the Hangman is about being comfortable where you're at and being enlightened by information in your soul path and learning from it.
The baby. I seen a video where an electric linemen in Houston were being attacked. Several issues. Is this true?
Really?
Being attacked by whom or what?
Are these the linemen that go up to the electric lines, or are they?
These are the guys that hook your
Yeah.
electric back up and turn it back on when there's a storm or something. Don't mess with them.
No, they're very shocking. Are they being attacked? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Were they a lineman for the county?
Go for it. I think they're purposely trying to make a blackout. But who is doing?
Wow. Yeah. They are trying to take out the linemen. These are the bad guys.
The linemen are the bad guys?
No. Thieves and liars are attacking them. But this is being dealt with because we have justice and the star card comes in. And this is, remember, quantum, free energy, things like that. But the star card is about optimism and hope. So don't worry about it. But there are some bad guys. Apparently, these linemen are in defense and trying to protect the system.
Hmm.
And they're being attacked. Someone has put this order out because the King of Wands, he's got a hot head. The King of Wands is a hot-headed, acts with knee-jerk reaction. And so someone has put a hit, basically. So it says yes, but we don't worry about it. It says it's in control. It's okay.
So that King of Wands is trying to purposely make a blackout?
Yes. And we know these things are going to happen. There's certain states that are going to be targeted, and Texas is one of them. Got a lot of patriots down there. They want people miserable and distracted too. So if you can knock out someone's air conditioning, they're going to be miserable and distracted.
I think they came in from Wichita.
I just realized I said King of Wands. Oh, is a hothead, and our King of Wands is in here, and I'm like, I'm not calling you a hothead. Oh goodness.
Oh, we don't know him too well. It could be.
I have no idea who this person is, but welcome.
Oh, her.
Will my sister-in-law and family travel to the Middle East Saturday?
And her family, I meant to say.
So tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay.
I get yes.
Okay.
Strong yes.
Well, I figured with the Microsoft and all that stuff crashing.
I'm getting you standing at the door with a broom.
Oh,
Get
I
out!
think. Oh,
Get
I
out!
thought I had my own flight pattern.
Yeah, they'll journey. Absolutely.
Okay, good.
That's a good, strong yes.
Good. I thought you were talking about my flight path, King.
Sashin, how to overcome mind chatter and negative thoughts which lower our vibration. How do we?
How do we do? Okay. Breathing. I don't know if you saw our show on, was it Wednesday already? It's going by so
Yeah,
quick.
he was there.
Yeah. So you got, your brain won't chatter if you focus on your breathing. Just like I mentioned, if you put your hand on your stomach and when you inhale, your stomach should go out. If you exhale, your stomach goes in. When you breathe the opposite way, it's a stress way of breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So focus on your breathing will help calm the mind chattering. And then try to get into meditation. Also, a lot of gratitude. Oh my gosh, if you see how beautiful and grateful that God does things for you, even if you think it's the worst thing you went through, you come out of it stronger. So it's not a bad thing. It may be a good thing to raise you up to your higher level.
Right.
So So not everything negative is negative. And I always say, and it's really hard, and I know a lot of people will find it hard to believe, but I went through it myself. He only gives you what you can handle. So trust me, and I didn't think I can handle that much in 2017.
See, I totally disagree with that statement. I never agreed with that. I think God gives you more because if not, why would you need him? If you could
Oh,
handle it, you wouldn't need him.
yeah, but being not in a spiritual, our 3D emotional, there was nothing we can handle, but our higher self, our soul
Yeah.
can handle it. So, I mean, we have to get out of the ego into spirituality. So that's what.
The mind chatter part too is one of the first huge steps that you can do is very 3D. It's like turn off all the garbage, turn off the TV, turn off the electronics, because then you can't feed the mind chatter. Don't feed it. So if you're not feeding it, eventually starvation kicks in and your focus will come back in where it needs to be. Who are you beating up in the background?
Oh, I hope he's zapping his brain. Are
I
you
don't
trying to
know.
make a Harry Potter lightning on your head?
He's
Hearing
doing
the mind
forensic-
chatter is too much. I'm just taking it out. Negative thoughts. Taking it out.
I thought he was doing forensics and reversal on trajectory of the attempted.
Or he's trying to show us anatomically where the mind is.
Yeah, the
Well, if
mind
that was
chatter.
true. Mind is my mind would be a mirror image of where it would be normally. So I would have to have it where my feet are.
That is why you hang upside down when you sleep. You forget.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yes, it's true, Jen, what you said about the mind chattering, turning it off. But a lot of times, even I've tried qigong or tai chi, whichever way you say it. And I was doing the movement, listening, all relaxed, but my mind never stopped working. Even though I was doing the motion, music's relaxing, I would say, okay, when I get home, what am I going to make for dinner? You know, that noise, even if there is not electronics or
True.
TV, your brain is programmed to keep moving forward.
Also, ask yourself, the enemy is very distracting and he will throw those in there to keep you from connecting spiritually. So, setting your boundaries is a huge thing. Knight of Cups is, tread lightly with your emotions of how you deal with it. Be patient with yourself. The Death card is this takes a long time. It's a slow process to really get focused of where you need to be. Don't expect instant results. It's going to take a while.
And that's why I said when you meditate, even if you had that split second of a silence, that's a milestone.
Yeah.
The more you meditate, the bigger that silence will be.
The base card is Justice, and that's a reminder about balance. That you'll get what you need out of it. Have balance between the spiritual and the 3D. We all know we have to be here, but there's, balance it out.
Is McDonald's out of cash? Dragonfly would like to know.
Old McDonald's?
That's what I was thinking. Which
Like
McDonald are you talking about? Old or
Is it time to sell a cow?
Farmer McDonald?
With a ching ching here and a ching ching there. All right, is McDonald's out of cash? You know what? I haven't even noticed their stocks today. So
I'm getting a little more to it, but yes.
Oh wow.
Their menus changed too.
That is the weirdest feeling I have in my hand.
Well, I'm
It's
really
going like
happy
this.
your fingers aren't doing the walking right now.
No, it's going like this. It's going zzz, zzz, zzz.
Pulsating.
It's like it's not even. It's like a warning sign, like it's coming. And one of the things is McDonald's probably is the fast food that's going to be called out about all the bad stuff they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They've been cut off from actual money. They're trying to get together and figure out how they can get, better ways to get the money coming in. And there's going to be, so it's going to be spotty. Some places will actually just not have any at all. Others are trying to reserve and hold on to what they have. Because basically any of the deep state is they're broke. They're absolutely broke. So that King of Cups tells me that they've been cut off and they don't have access to it. But they're still trying to work their magic because the magician is there, but they don't have the resources that they need because that follows it. That makes the magician a trickster. They're trying to pull every trick in the book and it's not working and they're going to be out.
Well, the funny part is, because of what's happening in Gaza, many people boycotted McDonald's, Starbucks, all the companies that supported and sent money to Israel. And I wonder if that's the reason why they are losing money.
The boycott.
The boycott, yeah.
The boycott won't keep them from having cash. It just reduces what they sell. But if the good guys have totally cut off their cash supply for trade for supplies or to pay their employees, you're not going to have anything.
Mhm.
So this basically is saying it's spotty. Some places will be worse than others. The ones that do still have something are holding on to what they have left. It's not going to last.
Hello, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
How are you?
Doing
You're
good. I
good.
hope you're doing well.
I'm old, fat, and tired. So
Well, I'm right
That's
in line
as well
with
as
that.
that's as well as me.
He
That's
did pass
probably
his-
about half the population right now.
He passed his physical for work yesterday, so it's got to be okay.
yeah, but there
All
wasn't
right.
a mental thing involved in it. So.
It wasn't a mental challenge test, so we don't. This is just physically.
Or psychologically.
I got my magic wand if he needs it.
All right.
Marianne, who was I in a past life?
Hang on. Let me.
Mm.
She's getting her past life cards.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm getting.
I got a yes.
Karnak the Magnificent.
I got a yes on that. Yeah. I mean, there's probably going to be one she's going to pull out because many of us have many past lives. So we'll see. We might need a song.
I am getting a nurse associated with
World War.
no,
Okay.
like a nun that's a nurse.
Oh, she's Florence Nightingale.
Well, was Florence Nightingale a nun?
Well, you can consider her because she was one of the first nurses. Okay, it was Marianne, a nurse. Yes. Was she also a nun? I think you got two past lives together. You got two of their past lives.
Could be.
Yeah. And a lot of us been all of that too, you know.
Well, I haven't, but
Oh,
I haven't
was-
been a nun. I've never
King-
been a nun.
he was a nurse.
I don't
He
know
was-
about no. I wasn't a nurse either.
He's a flying nun.
Flying carpet.
You know what? I want to see if anybody can remember on our last Friday's Q&A if Sue asked if Bets and her were related. Was it Sue that asked or was it Bets that asked? Because if Sue did, then we have her agreement. Let me see if I can go back to that.
I think it was Sue.
Inquiring minds really want to know. Let's see.
Okay. I rearranged all my cards and I forgot where I put them. All right.
Hate when that happens.
Okay, Marianne. Let's see.
I'm checking. That's
Ooh, you had two of them pop out there.
okay. This is
Wait a minute! Don't say it yet.
Did I
He's
miss
doing
something?
Okay.
One
Yeah,
one is a nurse, and one is a nun.
none.
It says medicine man or woman and health.
Well, that's what he got. That was
One
funny.
out of two isn't bad.
Okay.
Because 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
All right. Let me pull some
I got
additional.
nurse and nun, but they could have been separate.
Okay. So traveling nurse, you traveled. Always looking to travel to the next place. There's your chariot. She's medicine woman there. This was I'm getting that you were a nurse for military because your husband is military. So you traveled with the military and did nursing for groups. I keep wanting to say, let me pull this other deck and see if I can get a time frame.
Thank you.
Okay. Identified. Yeah, this says wife. The time frame says late modern age. The lesson that you had to learn during that time, learning how to walk a middle path, kind of not picking sides. Well, that would make sense if you were a war nurse because they tend to try to keep it neutral. You eventually died during childbirth. Now, the location is interesting because the Middle East comes up. And we know that many countries in the Middle East have been at war for thousands of years. So it doesn't really narrow it down. But you were married, traveling nurse, and helped out the troops. Wow. Your faith was philosophical, and the trauma that you endured was material loss. So if you had kind of lost everything, I would figure that you wouldn't have much if you're traveling all the time, always trying to help others. Okay. So, Mariana, it looks like you were a nurse during wartime. It's an honorable position.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, dude.
Terry, you might want to check your coffee page too if you haven't done that for a while, Jen.
Okay.
I don't know if you've got one or not, but something just popped into my mind. I know I don't have, so maybe you do.
Nope.
Okay. Terry, did I observe a battle in the skies the other night? Lightning was incredible. No, I think it was Rip Van Winkle doing his bowling thing. The clouds up the lightning was behind never moved, while all the other clouds were shifting and moving.
There were so many of them.
Yeah, I get a strong yes.
Yes, yes.
The clouds that were not shifting were more of a cover or a cloaking type.
Yeah. I mean, if you would have seen the blue that we had in the lightning, it was amazing. It was fantastic.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this represents it happened at nighttime. Very, very strong battle. There's your strength. Okay. This is a defense move. So the last of the ones that are trapped here, the good guys, the Federation were standing up, taking care of them. And they won. This is good. And they're doing this for humanity. So yeah, just another battle. And we know that they're trying to escape, but they are stuck here.
Yep.
They are stuck, and we just have to wait until they're all. Most of them, they're going to try to hide underground, but eventually they have to come out for resources, and that's when they're getting trapped by the good guys. So yes, Terry, you did.
Caroline. Can Wa get a general reading for collective? Well, I don't know who Wa is, but yeah, I think Wa can.
Carolyn, you're a trooper. You can handle him. You can handle Ace of Swords.
I'm reading Marianne's responses here to her past life, and she's living that now, apparently.
Wait, where is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, her
yeah, he
husband?
is in the military. Yeah.
Yay! So you got confirmation. That's awesome.
I hear little man screaming.
I don't want to take a nap.
That's probably what he's crying over. Hold on. That's our.
Rama or Mima to the rescue.
Mima.
I think that's what she's called, Mima. Mima. I'm almost there, Bets. I'm almost where we're supposed to. I've been studying our last Q&As. All right. Almost. Where are we at? So do you got anything for a general read? Get your popcorn ready because the show is about to be the new show.
Yeah, I've heard that for the last year. I'm I'm just taking it a day at a time.
What do you know? What maybe that's why all of us gained weight this year because we've been eating so much popcorn.
Well, I didn't start until after I quit smoking. That was back in 2018. So I can't use that excuse.
You can use any excuse you want. I stopped working last year.
I just decided I needed more protection for my abs.
I figured a keg is better than a six-pack.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Straighten him out.
Mima to the rescue.
Mima to the rescue.
He's got a belly ache.
Oh,
No.
All right. General reading. 4-star general. 2-star.
That's for the general reading?
5-star general.
We'll just go for commander in chief. How about that?
There you go. But he doesn't have any stars.
No. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's a good reading, but as we know, it's going to get stickier before it gets better. Okay. In general, for the whole collective, we're hoping this stuff is wrapping up. Okay. It's just, we're getting tired of it. There is a good possibility it is. There's your strength card. We're stronger. We can deal with it. In the past, we've been holding the defense line for how long? But the current card is we are going to have to deal with more losses. Now,
Yeah.
that means things not going our way and things being delayed more. It can also, I don't have the death card in this, but in the future, this is hope and optimism and emotional fulfillment. Our cups will be running over with good things, but we have to get through this temporary roller coaster, so to speak. In the future, with that Five of Cups, which is about loss, you have the Five of Pentacles. Remember, in tarot, fives are temporary, but this can be, we're going to feel left out, not know what's going on, but this can also bring loss and illness that is going to increase. Expect to see that.
Yes.
Not that we want to, but it's, I guess the exit from Gaia is kind of on warp speed right now.
Well, did you
the
hear
base-
about the turbo cancers?
Yes.
Yes.
And the base card tells you everything you need to do in a collective. Help one another. That's humanitarian gift giving. Help each other out the best you can, because we're not out of the woods yet. It's beautiful in the future, but we have got to get through the yucky stuff, because right now the enemy is desperate. And when you're desperate, you do desperate things, and it can get nasty. But also pay attention to the death rates going up, because it looks like we're hitting that stage.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's not what Michael had. He never got any of those things. His heart just failed because of sickness. That he was diabetic, but the diabetes had nothing to do with it. So, but people that did get it, don't panic, don't worry, don't think you're going to drop the next day, because that's not living.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
And also, raise that frequency. Don't have that worry about it. Have the, I'm better. I'm grateful. I'm up. I'm awake today. You can change your frequency so that doesn't change your
Right.
DNA cells.
Yep.
I'm going to squeeze something in here whenever you have a chance. Last week, Bets asked the question if her and Sue were connected. All right. Now, Sue is not here today, but I do have a okay by me on last week. Would that be good enough for pulling cards on them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
If you
There
guys
you
have
go,
had
Beth.
a conversation already, that's fine.
Yeah, we did. And we did get an answer, but we wanted to see what you came up with, or how are they connected?
And remember, it could have been multiple lifetimes together, so it may be totally different, but I'll pick up what the one they want me to focus on.
I think they were joined at the hip.
It was Siamese twins.
At the circus. At the circus.
When their trunks were together like this.
The
And then
elephant.
they had the little monkey that comes
The little
up there and goes
monkey.
and dance the merengue.
Running on. Yep.
And he said snarf.
Snarf.
And the eyes got really big.
For all you youngins, that's a skit from
Carol
Kevin.
Burnett.
Tim
And that was
Conway.
ad-libbed. He did that on the fly. It was totally
Yes, he did.
ad-libbed.
So was Vicki Lawrence when she said that last section.
Yep.
That was
Yes.
so
You
ad-lib.
sure that asshole's done yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, she's pulling on Stu and
Yeah.
Beth.
Yeah. We've got 8
Definite
stars still.
connection.
This has flown by really quick.
Oh yeah, it is, right? Well, that's because we're in the zone.
Thought we were in the mood. In the mood.
Okay.
I gotta hear this. I'm all ears right now.
This is interesting. Okay. Betts is the male in this. There's a male in this. The Emperor. Okay.
Ooh.
That's the saying. Say it isn't so.
Well, Sue is the empress, but they didn't come together right off the bat. So Sue needed to be rescued because she was working hard labor and she was stuck where she was at and absolutely could not get out of her situation. I almost get the feeling of a slavery situation, like she couldn't get out of her contract or something.
She was Princess Leia.
Well, it could be. Yeah, and Betts came and got her out of troubled waters. And I said, so they were married. Yes, absolutely.
Not just soul sisters, but husband
That
and wife.
is that. Well, it could be in a different one because we've had many lifetimes with each other. But this one, wow, Betts was knight in shining armor to Sue, and the base card is to reverse her situation. That was the fortune she needed. Yep, that's beautiful.
That's very nice.
Okay.
Joby, should I continue my friendship with Megna? I am sensing something weird about her energy towards me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting yes. Whatever it is something temporary. I don't think it's totally maybe an attachment on Megna. I don't know.
She's not spiritually at your level, I
I'm
believe.
curious to know if she's. It almost feels like that she's fine one minute and then something's weird the next.
Yeah.
Because says it's a good friendship,
Mm-hmm.
but Magna seems to. This is teetering. 1 minute she's up, 1 minute she's down. Now, medically, you could say maybe bipolar, that she goes up and down. But you're getting a beautiful friendship here.
Yeah.
It's almost Knight of Swords. That's you, Joby. Okay, that's because you want truth moving forward.
Yes.
Seven of Swords. I don't think Megna's being honest with you about. I think she does have a condition. She's just not telling you.
Could it be that because Joby's looking for truth, like the wakeness? Because what I'm seeing is a lot of people who were awake is falling back into 3D. They're choosing not to be up at that level. So maybe that energy of her not understanding why you still believe in what you believe in. Do you think, Joby, that could be that you guys are not at that? Because I'm getting the seventh chakra, which is, spirituality versus logic.
Looks like Megna is just starting out. There's a page there, starting into the spiritual journey. Eventually, she'll get there. That's emotional fulfillment.
That's why you're still
she's tied to you in order to evolve. Basically.
Yeah.
Would that be almost like a twin flame?
I'm getting a yes.
Yeah.
It can be. But teacher student kind of thing, or a mentor situation,
right?
But it's one of those you have to be kind of sensitive with that Ace of Cups. That's full emotion. Megna has a lot of tower moments that she just, and that's about learning things you didn't learn the first time and coming back around, and it's almost like self-sabotage. So be patient, and you set boundaries of what you can handle and what you can't. But yeah, absolutely. I think she's there to learn from you.
She's got 1 foot in the past and 1 foot moving forward.
Yeah, that Two of Pentacles. She's just kind of not 1 minute. You don't know. She's just back and forth.
She's a Gemini. No, I just want to say
she's got a split personality too.
I'm just saying, like Jen said, put boundaries. You're not her savior. She's there to learn, but it's not your responsibility for her to learn. It's for her to
change her free will. If she doesn't want to, then you can't make her. So you just protect yourself, but love her at the same time.
Did we close questions or just pause?
No, I paused, but I'm almost.
I don't think
Tempted
you
to
said to
close.
close it. Yeah,
I didn't say close. I said
because
pause.
there
but
are a couple. There are a couple after
after what?
the
Who?
pause.
Roy?
And I think Mary
Mary
Jane.
Jean, yes, I got those.
Okay, so do you want them to close?
Yeah, close them because we're already at an hour and a half.
Close them
We got
down.
7 left,
Okay.
and I don't have any readings this afternoon, so not that I would.
I
I
think
don't either.
I don't think every afternoon.
Question: Is JB going to be taken out with CV?
Oh, nice.
I heard that he is stepping down from running for PD.
Yeah, that's a scenario that's out there.
As long as he doesn't have VD, we're okay.
You never know about that one. That's not.
I'm getting a no.
Would that be?
I'm
would that
getting
be
he
a-
doesn't have CV.
Oh, I got. He doesn't have VD. No.
Wow.
Would Joe Biden? Well, JDB be taken out by the White Hats or taken down by their group in the deep state?
I'm getting deep state.
Yeah, they're gonna try to continue. What is
Wow. This is good. It says yes, it's going to wrap it up. 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands.
this?
This is how they're going to kind of too beat down and tired. We're going to have a temporary VP in there. That's that female card.
Mhm.
The hyena that can't stop laughing at everything.
Mm-hmm. KH.
Yeah. This is about justice. This is, like we said, you're watching the movie, but they have to have a playbook. So
Is
I'm
that-
getting that
Put that back up again.
the justice card.
You know what that looks like.
Oh, Mike. I like Mike.
Yep. Big
Yeah.
Mike. Does Big Mike come back into the picture?
Big Mike come back into the picture.
Funny spirit. Okay. I don't know how that one's been taken out.
Well, we know that
Yes,
one's been taken
yeah.
out, but
But
2.0.
the actor
2.0.
2.0, this says yes, but that's not going to do any good. That's loss and disappointment. So
2.0.
I think they're going to throw around a lot of different names
Yeah.
and try to. But yep, it says that it is a scenario.
They're struggling to find somebody that's going to compete.
I don't think Newsom can't. Nobody wants Newsom either.
No,
So
no, especially California.
right.
Okay. On to the next. Margaret. Will royal care job be the job that gives me my promotion? Will the royal care job be the job that gives me the promotion?
A week, yes. I got a week, yes.
Mine's not weak, but it's not that strong. It's like, yes, maybe a little bit more to it
Yeah, maybe a little
type of
later.
answer.
Why is it week?
Okay, so this is. They're going to kind of pull your leg a little bit. They're going to kind of jerk you around and maybe tell you, yeah, you'll get one, then kind of reverse that. That's a thief and liar card. You need to be persistent with your voice because if it's offered or talked about it, you keep pursuing it. This is hope and optimism. This is good and wishes being granted. So, yeah, You will, but don't let them jerk you around. Don't let them promise something and then take it back. Okay.
And I believe we mentioned this before, Margaret. Get your frequency up. Don't be in the shame or the guilt or fear. Go that you, if you know you deserve this promotion, you have to have that belief in you.
That's right. Absolutely.
Sorry, Jen, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
The baby, I am wondering if my dogs feel like I need to be protected right now. Have my reasons for asking. I think we all have reasons to ask.
I feel that they're giving you energy. They are grounding themselves and giving you it. So that's what I got. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting they're in a protective mode right now.
Are you worried about a male figure in your household that might be violent? Okay.
Brother, maybe?
Your dogs are strategically, look at the lightning in the background and the sword hitting the ground. Nadia is correct. They're grounding you, making sure. Knight of Wands, that's protective warrior. Absolutely. It's action. Everything's going to be fine though. Ace of Pentacles, that's gift giving. They're using their presence to make you feel safer, but that energetically they are grounding you so you don't get stressed out and worried. But it looks like there's a strong male figure there that's causing you worry and concern about safety. Okay.
Yep, that's what I got.
Oh.
The baby, that's what I got when she said that. It's her brother.
Yeah. There's something about him that he doesn't tell the truth. He lies about a lot of different things. They're just advising you set some boundaries for yourself, what you'll be willing to take and what you're not.
Exactly. Yep.
Sure.
You wrote that.
Am I destined to work as a physiotherapist? And am I going to succeed in this field? I'm getting a yes to both.
Well, you had a card fly out, and it's a huge yes.
I tried to catch it, but I missed.
They've got a mind of their own.
I'm not bending down for it.
Oh, please. As long as you're taking videos.
The card that came out, Nor, is the Strength card. Yes, absolutely. Now, you may teeter-totter back and forth because you don't think you'll make enough money to support you. That could be a loss. But you need to hang in there and what brings you emotional fulfillment. What makes you happy? Don't focus on the money, but does it make you happy? Page of Wands is a new beginning, optimism for the future. And the Chariot card, if you'll stick with it, the money will follow. So it says absolutely, but you might get deterred temporarily because you're not making the funds that you expect to be making.
You
It's going to be a
froze.
slow process. Uh-oh.
Also, Nora, you might want to also see if they do craniosacral in that physiotherapy, or that's something you might want to add on because it's going to be very important in the future.
Did we miss a question from Terry?
That's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to find it.
If you find it, let me know and I'll go to it.
I will. If not, we'll do that one last.
All right. Mary Jean. Am I doing enough with my chakras?
Oh, you want me to check the chakras?
We can all use improvement with our chakras. Nobody's perfect, or if
Oh,
we were, we
well,
wouldn't be
yeah,
here.
hold on there now. You can't really
Well,
say
all
that.
right, all right. Which one of you is perfect?
Well, we do mirror each other, so I don't know, Jen. Well, let's see.
I take her left side. She takes my right side. We're fine.
Okay.
I mean, try to balance yourself. That's all. Don't be too focused on it. But if something gets to you, that's your solar plexus. If you're not speaking, so don't focus all your energy on if your chakras are doing what they're doing.
Yeah, this is the spirit saying you need to lean more on faith.
Mm-hmm.
This is about faith, and the world card is that's your firm foundation. Your faith is your foundation, and that's what helps these chakras. Lean more on that than the physical work that you're doing. I'm not saying to stop doing it because but this, remember, Ten of Swords is about the chakras.
Yeah.
And in order to get them aligned is where your faith comes in. Faith
Well,
is everything.
Also, faith is, Jen, a spiritual download comes down is the faith, and that generates the kundalini to rise. So if you're
Yes.
missing one, lacking one, the other one won't work.
Yeah.
So-
Justice comes in. You need them both. It's
You need
it's
them
a
both.
balance.
So I'm gonna do a quick scan to see if her chakras are good. I have a mime. A mime is a
Are
terrible
we
thing.
swimming?
All right. You're thinking too much, Mary Jane. Let's see her throat. Not bad. You're just thinking too much into things. Good. From what I see good. I just stop trying to focus too much on these thoughts that you're not good enough, that you're lacking something. You really are doing great. Just don't doubt yourself. It's there. Everything is there.
Self-perception. It's really important.
Everything is there.
See, Marcy said that Elisa's on tonight at 9:30. She texted me yesterday. I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things and do another show with her.
Mhm.
At least, Roy, is there a message from Spirit for me? First thing that pops into my mind is get a job.
Oh, I told you
Wow.
he has to go back to King of Cups. That's it. But I was just we got to start charging him from long distance.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Okay. There a message for Roy. Oh, okay. I got listen to your spirit, trust your intuition, because they are giving you your message directly to you. Have time to just hear it. You're not trying to hear it.
Yeah, you're more focused on the world than you are on the spirit right now. You kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, there's some things in your life that feel like a loss. The Five of Cups is focusing more about the things you've lost instead of the things you've gained in your life. You need to look at the side that you are divinely protected, moving out of troubled waters. Think more positively because Divine Spirit does have a very strong message and they're already giving it to you, but you have to listen. They're ready to help you start a new path and a new journey, but the words are just you've got to be in a better mindset. The Lover's card is about love frequency, and don't focus on negative things in your life right now. Focus on the good stuff.
And I said I wasn't going to tell him this, but I guess I have to. Even though we love that you ask us questions, they want you to do the work yourself. I know you're a politician and you'll have everybody else do the work, but this spiritual work is you. get the message.
The base card on that, Roy, is Page of Cups. Get excited about a new relationship, and that doesn't mean love interest. It can just anything that you're doing. This is new and upcoming. You should be excited about it. New things can happen in your life if you don't focus on the past. Okay?
I don't even think maybe the past, but more of his past of everything being rational or logical, as opposed to what we're going
He's
through.
changing, and that's a
And
spiritual journey in itself. Is to try
exactly,
to find the real you inside.
and that's why he kind of feels that the worthiness of not hearing spirit but getting it from outside. He really needs to trust himself.
It's there.
It's there, Roy. You're real. You when you're in it, you're in it.
Mhm.
That's all I know.
And boy, are you in it.
And boy, are you in it.
Roy, is my government or local government 2-year campaign going to be successful? Little more work, but I'm getting a yes. It's not strong right now.
It's not strong right now, but yes, you're right. He needs more work and time. Yeah, more work, time, and more people will know you.
I'm getting like another year.
Well, this is a 2-year campaign, so I
Yeah.
guess 2 years to go.
I think it's 1 year to go.
It
Wow.
needs.
The spirit is suggesting that you take time to rest. Full moon is the illusion that it's not an instant thing. I know you said 2
Right.
years. Four of Swords says take a break. Take
Yeah.
some time to rest and kind of soak in what's already been going on. Knight of Cups is tread lightly with your emotions. If you start blending the two, you can burn yourself out really fast. It's saying take a little break. Don't focus so much on it. And just taking a break from the governmental process campaigning, will actually help you in the future because there's your wheel of fortune. It will change your luck, so to speak.
Mhm.
You've heard that old phrase, you're just trying too hard.
Yes.
That's absolutely what they're saying. You'll be abundant, sovereign, and successful if you just take a break, take a step back from it.
Just saw somebody wrote that you missed Kathy's question too.
Huh?
Eh?
Huh?
Something about
Oh, I didn't even know Kathy was in.
Oh, Kathy's been in. Yeah, I'm looking, but I can't. You have somebody else before I find Kathy.
No, we are out of the
Terry.
star
Terry's
question.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Terry and Kathy then. And while
Yeah.
we wait, if we haven't found them yet, I
Well,
don't know
Terry
if
was. What was Terry's?
you have anything in your coffee page, Jen?
No, I just checked.
Okay.
Kathy's in something about leaks in her house.
Weeks in her house. Oh, and
Was this
Terry's
before
was
or after the questions
the
were
storm?
paused?
No, it's before, but I'm looking for it now. Terry's is, did anybody really die at the rally?
Oh, okay. That firefighter.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a firefighter that lost his life.
Is that the one that saved his family and he got
Yes.
killed? Well, also the shooter, probably.
I'm getting yes. And I hope I'm wrong.
Okay, I found it. It's going to be at 10:40 your time, King.
10:40 my time. Was that for Kathy's?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah. There's your Mr. T. Absolutely. In amongst the chaos. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. They did lose their life. That's picking up on the one that's the firefighter, that Knight of Swords, because he's like a fighter warrior. Yeah,
Mhm.
he did. Amongst the chaos. Wow. Wow. Ace of Cups. That's a huge yes.
He
So
went out a hero, that's for sure.
would it be
Yes.
more than just him? Would you know, like, is there a quantity, or is it just him, or the shooter?
Just picked on him. Let's see.
Because
And
they
if
said
there's
that the
anybody
shooter.
else that has a question that I missed, put it in
Yeah,
the
I'm
chat,
looking.
please.
I'm looking. Still looking.
Must be off my game today.
It talks about the Seven of Wands. So this is the shooter himself. Ten
Okay.
of Swords being taken down because he was on top of the building. And you can
Yeah.
see. So yeah, those are the two deaths.
Yeah, that was it. That's all I can see, King.
Okay. Here's Kathy's. Will insurance cover slow leak in my house? From your
Drippy,
dear friend
drippy?
Drippy
Drippy.
Kathy.
Drippy Kathy.
Why is it when I see this, I'm getting the picture of the cartoon strip?
Droopy.
Kathy.
Droopy? Drippy?
No, Kathy.
Hmm. The insurance cover the slowly.
Drippy.
It's a weak yes. Why is it a weak yes?
Yeah, I'm getting weak.
You got to
Almost-
fight it.
It's more like a no to me.
I didn't get it. I didn't get anything in the no. I just got a very weak yes. But I think you're going to have to fight it or prove to them that was from the rain.
But I do, yeah, I get a strong yes to fighting it.
They're going to try to challenge that contract that you have because they don't want to give up that money.
Yeah, they're an insurance company.
But they will. That they'll fight it, but it'll reverse. They will have to. There's your leaks.
Yeah, you
They'll get
just
it.
have
There's your
to
Ace of Cups.
continue to. You're going to have to continue to prove that it was from the rain or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to challenge. The base card on that tells you everything. That's the Seven of Wands. You stand up for yourself in your contract and what
Fight.
you know is true. There you go.
Fight.
Okay.
Fight. Do you know Trump? He said fight, fight, fight. Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
But in other countries, it's FU, FU, FU.
Really?
Yeah.
When it first
these
came
days?
out, a lot of people said that that's what he was saying, that he was dropping the F bomb. No, he wasn't. He said fight. But yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, and it's like that. You can't even think of that coming out of his mouth during that time.
They
you know?
hear what they want to hear.
And
Yep.
then there's something to me. Sorry, I'm vipping. Regarding his comment about his shoe. That's
Yes.
a com, and I believe the shoe could be a com for the RV because he showed the golden shoe a while back. Because if someone's going to try killing you, I think that's the last of your worries about your shoe.
Actually, no, it's a root chakra thing. It's survival. It takes him back to a primitive. I've got to have the basic essentials, even though that you almost got killed. It is going back to I have to have the basics. If your house is on fire and you're naked, do you worry about putting clothes on? Yeah, actually,
hell yeah.
yes, you do.
I don't think Dick Clark did because his house was put on before he passed away. We'll say that, but there was a fire, and he always said him and his wife sleep naked, and that's how he ran out. So, so I don't know. That's very primitive to me.
Oh, they'd have at least pulled the sheets off the bed.
Probably.
All right. Well, let's find out if there's a shoe calm in here.
And that's it. We'll end up on a shoe.
Sue just popped in. So, Sue, if you have a question, I'll take one question from you.
One.
Uno.
Dos.
It is a calm. It is a calm. There's your high priestess. So there's more to this
Mhm.
It's we have to dig a little bit deeper. Now, this is positive. This is a contract, the King of Swords. There is some truth and information behind this, but we need to figure out what it is. It looks like it's a good thing. This is something good
It
for
is.
Gaia and
It is.
all the people. This is celebration. So I'm going to specifically ask if it's the RV.
Oh, I hope so.
Did it have anything to do with the prophecy?
Was there a shoe in the prophecy?
There is a, let me go to Facebook. Somebody sent me something regarding that. I don't know.
This is
right
this
off.
is also about disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
The one that took the shot and who's actually behind the shot. So that's one.
Okay. That came into my mind too before. Now,
Mhm.
there was which president was it in the Middle East when someone took his shoe off and threw it at him?
That was George Bush Jr.
That was Bush. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that came to my mind too.
So that was one of the things that downloaded, but I was hoping it was that golden shoe that he showed a couple. And that's our ego that keeps pushing us that way.
Yeah. What's interesting, I pulled the magician card,
Here we go.
and that's my Tesla card.
Okay, I got a messenger from one of my friends.
Okay.
Says explains why President Trump wanted his shoes that were obviously off his feet. Read number 23 and 24 in Leviticus 8. 23, and he slew it, and Moses took of the blood of it, and put it upon the tip of Aaron's right ear, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. And 24, and he brought Aaron's sons, and Moses put of the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs and their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet, and Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. And that's where she ends.
I was going to ask if Moses had shoes. That's what I was waiting. I was like, did Moses say, "Where's my shoes?" I'm like, that is so cool.
Where's my sandals?
So, a little into the show, we did see the connection between you and Beth. So you might want to look into that later.
Mhm.
Okay, we're
That's
good.
what we got. We are good then.
Jen, did you want to pull any oracles or anything, or do you want
I only pulled one. I haven't gotten back into the oracles. I hope to do that Monday.
Oracles?
Yeah. I did pull the Sacred Forest Oracle today,
Nice.
and I got Secret Spring of Success. So it says success is flowing into your life. Vitality and a glowing, youthful renewal of your body are occurring.
Oh, I hope
Now
so.
is the time to take action in support of your dreams. There's no need to struggle. The universe has your back. So apparently we're getting younger.
I'm waiting for a tantrum.
Oh, I'm waiting for my boyish figure.
Boyish figure. Okay.
Well, if I'm getting that young, then
Where I would not need my protection over my six pack.
Oh, okay.
well, if that's the case, me getting younger gives me the right for nap time. All right. If it's okay, I pull the card from
Okay.
the Oracle Angels of the Atlantis.
Okay.
And what I got, and I think this is very important for now. It's Zadkiel is the archangel, and it's security. I think that's important for now since everything's going to be happening.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The angels wish to assure you that they unite you with their powerful benevolence. Zadkiel, in particular, overlights your journey with comfort at this time. If you are disconcerted, angelic elixir will surge through you. If you are fearful, you will hear whispers about your connection with the source. If you are diseased, Zadkiel will comfort you with manna from heaven. Chiefly, the angels will remind you that true security means self-cure. So you will be returned to the well-being of the source. Additionally, the sacred symbol of the flower of life will drench your life in its wisdom, reminding you to reveal all to God as well as to ask the angels to take all challenges from you. Chant ho, not ho, H-O-H. Ho, take my challenges.
What you call me?
I'm a
Chant-
leaning.
Okay, how do you say it? H-O-H. To bring stability into your emotional center. Wow, this was very
Kind
important.
of like Toth without the T.
So we're doing our birthing sound. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Here's all my challenges.
So we each got a card today. It's really about healing and
Yeah,
the
and
physical
trust
healings
me.
and allowing them to take all of that. Yep. We're all getting younger.
And we talked about
Alrighty.
sacred geometry, and there's the tree of life, and
Yes.
green is the heart of love.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a beautiful card. Thank you,
It
Zadkiel.
looked like a moon over my hammy.
Well, it's so funny. I looked
I'm
at the
hungry
bottom
now.
card. I got a message for you, King. Koth says, "Stop picking on him."
Oh,
Wow,
and it's the Michael card.
always picking on me.
It's the Michael card, and it just has the toss on it. Yep. Just for you.
Oh boy, that is hilarious. Okay, you better be
Alrighty.
nice.
I
Be
think
good to
we
him.
are at the
Yeah.
end.
All right,
Anything
guys.
else?
Have a
Well,
wonderful weekend. Be like we said, have faith, but keep extra food at home, water, money if you have to. If
That's what I
our
get to do tomorrow. I've got to go do that. I've got to go to Lexington tomorrow. And yeah, you've got a show tomorrow, don't you, Michael?
I do at the usual time, 1:00
Okay.
good, that's when I
Alright.
start driving
Pacific. Yeah, with your shoes off.
with my shoes off. But yeah, go ahead.
I have full intention of getting back into the swing of things and doing a show on Monday. And if you don't see a thumbnail I am manifesting everything's going to be fine, and I'm that's why I wanted to do today, to get back into the feel of it. And before I do a solo show, because those are a little bit harder because there's no other person there to kind of fill in the gaps. So yeah, I'm going to do that and look for the oracles and get back into the swing of things. Routine is important. It's important to everybody. So
Well,
We
that's
got
funny
your
that you
back.
said that, because I'm getting I've been telling people they got to get out of their comfort zone, which is routine.
I love
True.
my comfort zone.
But some things are okay
Some
because
things are okay, but not as as long as if there's something that breaks that routine, you don't have a meltdown.
Yeah, I got out of my comfort zone yesterday when I took my drive up to visit my long lost family at the cemetery, which is like maybe 60, 70 miles away, and I got stuck in traffic.
oh dear.
I was going to say, did any of them complain?
I did.
So yeah, I mean, go with
Who's
the flow,
going to
guys.
hand? Who are you going to host? You said you're going to be gone next Friday, right?
I will be gone next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday.
Okay.
But I'm taking my computer with me just in case they have good
Okay.
Wi-Fi connection. So we shall see.
Yeah,
Well,
show us
if you want to host Wednesday, I'll host Friday. And even if you
Okay.
can't make it, Nadia and I can wing it. We'll do a girly show.
yeah, I'll keep my clothes on.
Ooh,
I'll keep my
girly
clothes on.
shows. I like girly shows.
Girly show.
Yeah, well, I'm not good at doing makeup tutorials or anything like that, so I
I don't do that either. Do we have a topic for next week?
No, we can do the topic that we were going to do.
You want to do
If you
Kezrov's
wish.
mirror?
Yeah,
Okay.
the mirror.
Do you
Yeah.
want? Are you okay for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep. And
good.
everything is going to be up in the air for me. I'm still waiting for that death certificate. And then once I make arrangements to go back to West Virginia, I will let everyone know because I'm going to try to squeeze in all the made up appointments and that kind of stuff, get in contact with everybody. I'm going to squeeze them in. If something comes up and I've got to leave out of town, I will let you guys know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just about time for me to have you schedule an appointment for me for next month too.
Okay.
All right.
Righty.
Love and light, guys. Go
Yep.
with the
Have a
flow.
night.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Enjoy your weekend. Love and light to you all.